Good day, everybody. Yes. It's State of the Nation, Nigeria. Yes, today I have another guest for you. Yes, he's a politician. He's not just a politician, he is a strategist. You know, I'm sure it's not going to be new to a lot of you, but we need to talk about what's happening in Nigeria. You know, now we know we have the APC as the dominant party. The PDP has always been there, even though they have their own problems, you know, but they're still there, despite all the factional issues. But now we have the ADC grappling with their problem, but I do think they will survive it one way or the other. So today we're looking at the third force, which is the ADC. Can they emerge the overall winner in the next election? We're going to look at Alhaji Atiku, who is one of the top people there. We're going to look at the role ADC can play in the future of Nigerian politics, you know. I mean, we started this in 1999, and the best election we've had from 1990 to date was the 1999 election. You know, everything seems to be getting worse. So today, my guest today is Oladimeji Fabiyi. Mr. Fabiyi, welcome to State of the Nation on the Atlanta Discuss channel.
Thank you very much. I'm so grateful for bringing me. Thank you very much for what you're doing for our fatherland.
Okay. Well, you have earned your epaulet. You know, Mr. Fabiyi is a politician, is a political strategist, like I said. He is the Deputy National Financial Secretary of the ADC. Currently, that's the African Democratic Congress, with background in party administration. He has a fantastic track record in that regard. He's been involved in a lot of campaign coordination for PDP. You know, those are the backbones of PDP, people behind that make things work, you know, and all that. He's previously played a lot of roles in advocacy for coalition politics and all that. So, but, I mean, there's so much about him, but that's just a brief summary of it. So that's who he is. And Oladimeji Fabiyi is a state-of-the-art Nigerian politician, and especially when you talk about strategy. And he's a member of ADC, and we're talking ADC today. So now, what's happening? You know, Northview, Bala, Northview, you know, it's a lot of stuff happening. What is the future of ADC going forward? Are they going to be on the ballot? That's just a direct question. Do you think ADC will be on the ballot? Based on, I mean, the Supreme Court has now said, okay, we have listened, we're going to give judgment. We don't know what that date is, but a lot of things are time-bound now with the way the electoral law is. You know, a lot of things are time-bound. So will ADC make it, or there is plan B or plan C, you know? Over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for bringing me. First, let me tell you for free, and with all sense of conviction that ADC is going to make it. The party has come a long way. Even before the coalition came to being, the party has been in existence. Yes, it may not have gotten the kind of traction, and they make a very good showing in the last, the previous election. At least they were able to sponsor a candidate into offices, right from presidential to governorship. For instance, in my state of the state, they came third in the last election, and that was a very, very good showing for a party that is still struggling. So we are now moving forward to where we are now. The coalition, we can see the characters, the individuals that form this coalition. There are people that came with a lot of weight, they came with a lot of influence, a lot of value, and you can see if they are not, I don't think the APC government will be struggling the way they are struggling to destroy them. If they are not strong, if they don't have value to add, if they can't make any serious impact, I don't think the APC and President Tinubu will be struggling to destroy that party. So that is on one side. On the other hand, the matter is in court right now. I can tell you again for free that the party has no problem within. Most of the problem you see the party facing are from external sabotage, and everybody knows where this is coming from. The Nafi Bala matter is in court, and today the Supreme Court heard both parties, and they have reserved their ruling for the next few days. We're expecting that because I'm sure they are conscious of the time, of the fact that a lot of things are time-bound, so they're bound and they have to do whatever. In the United States of America, we've seen a situation where you see court ready for anything. And because if there are times for election and there's any eventuality, there's a standby court that will attend to it and they will solve the problem. I am hoping, and we're hoping in Nigeria that the Supreme Court to do that. But what I'm going to tell them is that Nigerians are waiting whether they are going to either deepen our democracy or destroy it. The judgment they are going to give, whenever they are going to deliver the judgment, will determine whether they want to deepen our democracy or they want to destroy. But I have more than sure that they will deepen our democracy. So we are waiting for them. So, like I said, ADC has come to stay. ADC is focused. They know what the leaders know what they want to do. We should even commend these leaders because they have done so well. We've seen governors leaving their party, joining APC, and we have these people. I said, no, all of us cannot skip and put our head in one place. No. We have to provide an alternative for Nigerians. It means they are doing this for Nigerians, not for themselves. So as far as I'm concerned, ADC has come. Nigerians have accepted. You can see the growing acceptance. You can see the rise in the profile. You can see. Everybody's expecting ADC to please rescue Nigeria, and that's what we are going to do.
Yeah, but I'm sure you agree with me that the big test is still coming, which is picking the presidential candidate for the party. You know, I mean, the electoral law as it is today says direct primaries or consensus. You know, I can't
hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No, I can't. Your voice just went fainted. Yeah, just fainted. Yes.
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now. Yes.
I said the big test is coming, which is picking the presidential candidate of the party. You know, now I mean I know that. Can you hear me? Is it better? Okay. Now I know that former Vice President Atiku is one of the front runners. We have Oladimeji Fabiyi. We have
Yes. Let me tell you, I'm not with it. It's not the best of electoral law in recent times. The National Assembly didn't do well with that electoral act, but if that is what we are going to run with. Now, the electoral act provided for two options to elect candidates for the party.
Yeah, okay.
The electoral says either consensus or by direct primaries.
Okay.
And the party leadership will sit. I don't see any problem about choosing a presidential candidate. I think it's the media that is just facing that dust. There's no dust anywhere. Because if we're going to run with this electoral law, it has provided two options. Like I said, consensus or direct primaries. The party leadership will now sit and see which one can help. As we speak today in Nigeria, it is only APC that had infrastructure for direct primaries. But if ADC has to develop one, we will develop it so that it can meet the requirements of the law. So, and whoever emerges, most of this you can hear His Excellency Atiku said, anybody who wins, others will support. If Amechi wins, he will support him. But if he wins, he expected them to support him to the primaries. That settles it. Any other candidate who does not fit into it, does not want to accept this, then we should begin to be wary of such a candidate. It's very clear. And it's going to be a consensus. The leadership of the party will meet and they will decide, the candidate, the aspirant themselves will meet, they will decide who should take the lead. And then that will settle it. There's not going to be anything. Anybody who is not ready to fit in the president of the party, then should take his leave.
Okay, I mean, you said anybody that is not ready should take his leave. I'm sure you've heard about the OK movement, right? That's the Obi Kwankwan. So it's clear that they have a tag team there. You know, and Obi is going to be at the head, Kwankwanso as running mate, and the Obedience and the Kwankwansia are clearly working together. I mean, in a scenario where, let's say, Atiku Abubakar becomes the flag bearer of the party, which is not impossible, those guys, the OK people, can go to some other party. Labour Party is waiting for them. PRP is waiting for them. Wouldn't that be a threat? Would that be a threat to the emergence of ADC as the winner of the 2027 election?
The moment they are subject, okay, why should you subjected yourself to the rules of the party, you participated in the primaries, and now because you didn't win, then you complain and you leave. That doesn't speak well of anybody. It's just like if any one of them wins, Atiku now say he's leaving. Some of us will tell him, Oga, you have not acted well. Because it's about Nigeria, it's not about you. It's not about Obi, it's not about Kwakwanso. It's about us rescuing this country from the failed government of the APC. So if they have that at the back of their mind, if it's truly about Nigerians, then they will stay and work together and rescue this country. So I don't see any one of them leaving, anybody who loses leaving. Because they both agree that it is about Nigeria, it's not about them as an individual. So what I'm saying is that if the party rolls out his rules, anybody who is not comfortable with it has the opportunity to leave before the primary. But you can't subject yourself to the primaries, and now after losing, then you now say you are going. And especially when the primaries is credible, is fair, and majority say this is credible, why would you go? That means you are not doing it for the country, you are doing it for yourself. That's what it means.
Okay, so one of the things they have said, the guys in the OK movement, one of the things they've said is that Alhaji Atiku is 79, by election is 80, that he should step down for younger element, that he's been a perennial presidential candidate and all that, that the task at hand requires energy, which will be the obedient movement and the Kwankwansia movement can meet the Agbado people, as they call them, fire for fire. It should be a youthful barrage, not that Tinubu is already a gerontocratic person. Why put another person there that from experience, Yadra came in with, we were taking care of him. Buhari too came in, fell ill, we were taking care of him. Now Tinubu, Paris today, London tomorrow. That Alhaji Atiku, with all due respect to him, you know, if he comes into and start falling ill, that we should bring in younger elements. Did you hear me?
Yes, I'm trying to pick it.
Yeah. Now I'm talking of age now. I can rephrase. I'm talking of age.
I don't know why would anybody be talking about age? Okay, let's go to I don't know. I think we did it in the leadership.
Okay.
In the hierarchy of leadership, where did you see age? There are 5 in the hierarchy of leadership. Age is not part of it. And as a matter of fact, the older the wine, the better. Age comes with experience. Age comes with a lot of influence, value, and capacity. So why would anybody blackmail an Atiku because of his age? It's sharp blackmail. And that will not sell all over the world. Those that have made those changes, those that have made those fundamental changes that have driven fundamental, a process in a country that makes the country work are the older people. In America today, the president of the United States of America is almost 80 years old. Whether he's doing it well or he's not doing bad, age is not the one that's making it. What is his person? Right. And there's a difference between physiological age and chronological age. When your internal organs are working very well, it has nothing to do with your chronological age. So all of these things, people should understand the dynamics. Age has nothing to do with leadership of the country. As long as the person is not sick, as long as the person can submit his medical record. Most of these people you are calling younger people, these older people are even much healthier than them. Atiku is much more healthier than most of these people that we're talking about. So everybody should bring their medical record and let Nigeria vet it. So if that is the problem, but age has nothing to do with governance, it has nothing to do with leadership. In fact, it makes it better.
Okay, fair enough. So, I mean, if, let's say, I know you fairly, from what you have said, you prefer Alhaji Atiku Abubakar at top of the ticket, correct? I said you prefer Alhaji Abubakar Atiku at the top of the ticket for ADC.
Let me tell you, any ticket in the ADC without Atiku is dead on arrival. And I can defend it anywhere.
Yeah, but let me ask my question. Who will be your preferred running mate to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar?
I have choices. Number 1 is Peter Obi.
Okay.
And if Peter Obi cannot get it, then because and these are the reasons. Peter Obi controls the youth demography. We need combination of that with Atiku's experience and capacity and network to deliver this country.
Okay.
So we need that youth demography to join with the experience and capacity. It's not as if Atiku does not have youth following him. They are in their numbers. We bring all of this together to deliver this country. That is number 1. Number 2 is Obi, as I know, claims to be an economist. He knows about economy. We want a vice president that knows economy, that can lead our economy out of the wood as it is presently. So an Atiku sitting on the top, directing the affairs of the country, we have somebody who is serious enough, who is eligible enough to handle the economy. So, but if Obi is out, and thirdly, is the region Southeast has been out for a long time. They have never produced a president, and I see Atiku as the president as the pathway for the Southeast to achieve presidency. The quickest way to achieve presidency. God forbid Tinubu returns. The earliest year to take APC Southeast to take presidency will be the next 16 years. And how old will Obi be at that time? How old will he be? If Tinubu returns now and spends 4 years, the power comes back to the south to the north for another 8 years. That is 12 years. And who guarantees them that when it comes back to the south after 12 years, it's going to go to southeast? We have somebody, people in the sidelines, people like Wike, or somebody else might just grow from South or Southwest and said, I want to do it, they've lost their chances. It's all because Obi has taken it. So Obi must think about the larger interest, which is the regional interest, beyond his own interest, or any other person in the Southeast. It must be for the region. It must not be for himself. These are the things, these are the dynamics. So I would prefer an Atiku and Obi because I want Southeast to produce the president. And the easiest way is an Atiku Abubakar path.
So are you saying Alhaji Atiku, if he becomes president, will rule for one term?
No, it's there for him to answer that one. But I can't speak for him. But I'm sure he wouldn't mind because I've heard in some quarters that he's only coming to build our institution to set the order and make our institution work. So 4 years is enough to do that. And necessary changes to our constitution. He's talking about restructuring. He's talking about true federalism. He's talking about so many things that make the constitution and amend our constitution to be able to suit all of these things that will put the country in good stead. That period. That is it. So for me, I would prefer an Atiku, Peter Obi ticket. But in any case that Obi is not coming up, we look for another person. Let me tell you, the entire country has people who are qualified to be president. The entire region of the country has people who are qualified to be vice president. In the Southeast, we have people who are more qualified than Peter Obi.
Really?
Who are equally qualified and more qualified than Peter Obi, and they can
give me examples. Give me examples.
Hello?
Give me examples.
No,
examples.
I don't want to mention names.
Okay, go ahead.
The person does not have to be governors. But what I'm saying is that there's no part of this country that does not have 1, 2, 3 persons who are qualified to be either president or vice president of this country.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
In the north, we have people who are more qualified, who are equally qualified than like Atiku, that can lead the country. But we just believe that these guys have been at the center stage. They have told us what they want to do at one point. A lot of them have been in government at one point. They have the experience, So let them do it. They understand the dynamics that is on now. Let them do it and give us a better country.
Okay. Still on Atiku, one of the major arguments against his presidency is that it's the turn of the South to rule. You understand that whatever Tinubu is doing right now is after Buhari's 8 years coming back to the South. So Tinubu or the South, so to say, have 4 more years to go. So ADC should come with another Southerner, Amechi, another. Before you answer, hold on. Before you answer, now, in the case of, I'm trying to play the devil's advocate.
Can I have 1 minute to drink water?
Okay, go ahead, drink water. No problem.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm testing.
So what I was trying to say is that, let me play the devil's advocate, right? I've asked a question. A lot of people said this thing should stay in the South. Whoever comes in Obi, for example, I said, I'll do 4 years and go. Now, when I say I want to play the devil's advocate, suppose a Seyi Makinde, for example, comes to ADC, and it's not impossible. I think it might happen. And while he's negotiating, and he said, look, if I'm joining you guys, I want the vice presidential ticket, and I'll support Atiku. I know he might likely get it, and I'll support him. That throws a lot of spanners in the wheel for everybody. And also, you're a political strategist. Having a core person from the Southwest also destroys a lot of equation for the president also, because that means that Oyo and Osun, technically speaking, it's in play there. So that automatically pushes away the OK people, the Obi and the Kwankasi. They're like, we're better, let's go and start our own or the camp. What do you think? So I've asked like 3 in 1 there. That's why I said, let me play the devil's advocate. The first one is, it's the turn of the South. So no Northerner should put his head, you understand? The second one is that if a Seyi Makinde comes in, he throws a lot of spanners in the wheel and he insists on becoming VP. Over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me take it from the issue of turn of the South.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know where this is coming from. Let me tell you what this zoning is.
It's not written. We know it's not documented.
That's why I said I don't know where it's coming from.
Nigerian limited.
Because that's why I said I don't know where this is coming from.
Okay.
All right. Even PDP that has it in their constitution did not say it has to go this way or that way. No.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is this. Let me tell you something today. Zoning is a gimmick to advance certain political interests. That was what zoning is meant for. And what I want to ask Nigerians or whoever that's listening to us today is that how many people, percentage of people, have they seen on the street talking about zoning right now in Nigeria? What people are talking, if you see protest today, it's a protest about hunger. It's protest about insecurity. It's protest about unemployment. It's a situation about bad economy.
They just want leadership.
I've never about bad leadership. I've never seen a group of people come out on the street and said, we are protesting today because of zoning. It means that is not the problem. That is not the priority of Nigerians. Nigerians are looking for a leader who can drive a country that will make them better. It doesn't matter where it comes from. I have never been an apostle of zoning. I am an apostle of merit and capacity. And I've been saying this since 2006. It has been my position. Go and check all my interview on national television. Because who has zoning help? We had a former president of Obasanjo in this country for 8 years. Today, if it's about zoning, then all the roads in Ogun State, where it comes from, should have been dualized, should have been like roads in Atlanta, in New York, in any part of the world that we see today. It was there for 8 years. It couldn't fix Lagos, Songo, Abeokuta Road for 8 years. If it's about zoning, President Goodluck Jonathan should have turned Bayelsa to Paris of the South. It's not about zoning. It's about the mentality. It's about the vision of somebody, the person who is coming to lead the country. So when people argue about zoning, I look at them as people who don't know what they're talking about. Yes, you want fairness, you want equity. Okay, in the zoning we're talking Nigeria, where is the justice against the North? As we speak from 1919, the southern part, when Tinubu complains this 4 years, would have done 20 years. Another part would have only done 10 years. So where's the justice? Where's the fairness we are talking about? And some people say they want to take it back to independence. Go and look at it. Where's the zoning? Where's the fairness? So if this is our conclusion, then why can't we allow merit and capacity to take the center stage? People who have the experience, who have the capacity to do it. Zoning, like I said, is a gimmick. Now, it is only the political elites that are talking about this zoning because they want it to suit what they wanted. Let me give you an example.
Okay, go ahead.
Before 2023, Wike came out and said he wanted to run. Minister of Justice said he wanted to run for president. Was Wike really loud on Southern presidency? Wike started getting loud on Southern presidency when he lost at the primaries. And he became louder when he could not secure the VP slot. And ask Wike now, if Atiku had picked him as the vice presidential candidate, will Wike be talking about Southern presidency today with all the G5s? Will they be talking? Will he be talking now? Let him come out and tell us that he will be talking about.
But before you go to the Seyi Makinde part of the question, what you just said now about Wike, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, yes.
Yeah. With benefit of hindsight, don't you think if Wike was chosen as the running mate for Atiku in 2023, don't you think these things will have been different?
I don't know. But
if we do the maths,
yes,
clearly it will be.
There was no guarantee. There was no 100% guarantee that Wike and Atiku will still win. There was no guarantee because we are fighting.
Rivers, Benue, Abia, they will have mobilized better. You understand?
Oh, sorry, they've taken light here.
Don't worry, go on. Let's go. It doesn't matter. As long as you can hear me, no problem. It's a price we have to pay for the nation.
Yes, that is it. They came in and said, if I don't fix power,
viewers understand that.
Yes, if I don't fix, the Tinubu came aboard and said that if I don't fix power in 2 years, don't vote for me. We are not going to vote for him.
PDP was in
because
power.
He has not fixed it.
PDP was in power for 16 years and they didn't fix power. They made very good.
Was the power as terrible as this in PDP time? These are the questions. Let us compare. Our life better now than that time, better off now than that time of PDP. So let us ask this question. It's not just about power.
The PDP didn't leave power. at all.
But you now came. See, you asked for this job because you believe you can fix it.
Absolutely.
Nobody pushed you to say it. He said, I want to do it. And if I don't do it, this should be the consequences. Nigerians should not return him. In the villa today, they're using solar power. It's a shame on the government of President Bola Tinubu.
Well, let's go to the Seyi Makinde part of my question. He decides to, we're just guessing.
See. Politics is about interest, is about numbers. If Seyi Makinde wants to come to ADC, if Seyi Makinde wants to come into the ADC today, he's welcome. But ADC has its own rules. And they're going to follow the rules. If Seyi Makinde is fit into the rules, why not? Now, but one thing is very important.
Do you think he will fit in?
There are facts. I don't know. It's left for him. I can't talk to him. He's never my friend. Because there's people that put PDP in a mess today that cause all of this problem for us. So I have no regard for them because they met us in PDP. They don't even have what they call institutional memories. They don't even know the vision of the founding fathers. They just came because they had opportunity and they destroyed it, and they're not running up and down today. I wish them well. So if he comes to the ADC and he says he wants this and that, the party will look at it. But one thing I know is that the first president cannot go to Southwest. It has to go to Southeast. Nigerians, how can a zone that has president will go and vote for a vice president? No, they will not vote for Tinubu now. He's from Southwest. It will be the wrongest political calculation if ADC should pick his vice president from Southwest. That's my own take on it. And it's strategic enough. The moment you do that, you have finished everything. I would rather prefer a president than to have a vice president. So it's just like what we are talking about North now. If Peter Obi should get the ticket today, the North will vote for Tinubu. Because they will never trust Peter Obi with this one-time promise. They will not. They will prefer, they want to go for certainty. That Tinubu will do his 4 years and leave.
Not even if he has a Kwakwaso as VP.
It's still not going to work as long as Kwakwaso is not the presidential candidate. It's not going to work.
No problem. I have a lot of questions for you. Time is never really a friend. Now, Malam Nasir El-Rufai is still in detention. Malami was there for a very, very long time, and what's happening, I know Malami is out on bail, but his case is running, I'm sure ADC as a party is not happy that Malam Nasir is locked up, because I'm sure if he's out, he's going to play a lot of strategic role, especially in arriving at who the final candidate of the party. Is there any effort, any concise or intentional effort that is ongoing that we get Malam Nasir out, as fast as possible? Because I've not heard of bail being adjourned that far away before. I'm sure maybe there is, but I was shocked when the bail was adjourned to a date that is farther than the time they're going to do the primary. So is there any conscious effort to make sure Malam Nasir is out and kicking and working for the ADC?
Let me tell you.
This because
Let me tell you, and this is my take on this.
Okay.
All of this that you see, all of these things being played against Malam El-Rufai are just the script of the federal government.
Okay.
They don't want Malam El-Rufai. They want to. So I said all of these are grand design, a part of the grand plan.
Okay.
To destroy. Malam El-Rufai left the government a few years ago. Why are they waiting to this time? The same thing they did to Malami is part of the grand design, grand plan to keep them away, so the opposition will be unsettled. They know Malam El-Rufai has voice. They know he has strength. They know he's intelligent. They know he has legs to move. So they don't want that to happen. They don't want to add more to their woes. That's exactly why you see this script being played. And unfortunately, Judiciary is part of this grand design to destroy the opposition. I'm ashamed of our Judiciary. Another set of people that is making me so, that I'm feeling so ashamed for are the northern governors. Every day they are killing your people. They are slaughtering them. And you are clapping for the man who is at them of affairs, who cannot do anything, and they are killing your people. It means they are doing all of this for themselves, not for their people. So the northern Nigerians should reject them with their Tinubu, even with their successor they want to bring. Because it's shameful. They are slaughtering your people on a daily basis. They are killing people, render people homeless, fatherless, motherless, parentless, and you are still clapping for the man who could not fix it, who could not stop that. Isn't that shameful? So it is this part of, I will be so surprised if we had election in all the northern parts of the country, if they will not create deliberate crisis so that they will say election cannot hold there, and then bring as much as vote they can bring from the south so that they can win, it's part of the things on the table for them. For as far as I'm concerned, it's all grand plan. So talking about what there's nothing, because the matter is already in court.
Yeah.
Even it has a level with which you can talk about it.
That's true.
It has level because they'll tell you it's judicial. So we have to wait for court to do what they need to do. At the end of the day, El-Rufai will come out clean. And no matter how much they try to silence his voice and the voice of other opposition leaders that they are trying to cage, ADC will still come top. ADC will still win the 2027 election by the special grace of God.
Well, when we get there, we'll cross it. We're watching it. Now, let's talk about INEC now. I mean, the chairman has been in the news for the very wrong reason in recent time. And your party has been at the forefront of asking for him to resign, especially when he derecognized the leadership of your party. I mean, so now, with the way things are, with the tweets, which showed that he endorsed Tinubu and he has denied it. INEC brought in their own internal forensic and all that. So the question in this regard is that, can your party go into the next election the way things are right now? I'm talking the electoral law, one, and the chairmanship of INEC, because it doesn't look like he wants to step down. So can your party confident, you said you are going to produce the next government in 2027, but can you confidently say, with the electoral law as amended, with Amukpiton in charge of INEC, Nigeria will have a free and fair election? You know why I'm saying this? Because on this show, I say it all the time, that in the past, our elections were free but not fair. Right now, they're not free and they're not fair. It's not that I'm saying it. It's common knowledge. You understand? Everybody sees it. So we are expecting an improvement from the past and all that. So ADC as a party, I mean, you are an executive. So what do you think? Do you have confidence? Do you think if Amukpito doesn't step down with the electoral law, everybody is complaining about this clause, that clause, you can't punish forgery, you can't do this. Are you confident going into the next election, or you expect to push for some amendment and Amukpito must go before you compete? Or if nothing changes, you won't take part in the election? Over to you, Honorable Fabiyi.
I think in terms of what is going to happen going into election, the leadership of the party will meet, they will assess the situation and take a position. I'm not going to speak for that. But in terms of whether we have confidence we don't have confidence in Amukpito. He has shown bias. He has shown what do we call it? He has been so irresponsible. I wonder how a professor of law, and that is it. There's a difference between somebody, a lawyer in the classroom and a lawyer in the court. We have seen that in the action of Professor Amukpito. And he knows the truth. When, as a lawyer, you turn upside down law to satisfy certain interests, there is no more law, it's something else. So for me, I don't have confidence in him, but I know the leader of the party, by the time we cross this hurdle at the Supreme Court, leaders of the party will see it. All opposition elements will come together and see whether we're going to be part of this election or not. Because as it is, the Electoral Act is the most irresponsible, most reckless Electoral Act I've ever seen in history. And no thanks to Akpabio and Abbas of the House of Reps. Posterity will judge all of them for what they have done to this country. My pain is that Judiciary, that usually steps in when executive is becoming rascally, Judiciary that steps in when the country is beginning to go rogue, are also complicit in all of this. And I'm using the opportunity to call on Justice Kekereekun to write her name in gold. She's a mother. She's a woman. Women are known to be good managers of men and resources. She should play that out, not because President Tinubu made you CJ and you must do his bidding. Stand on the side of Nigeria, stand on the side of oath of office you took, stand on the side of law. She has a duty to do that. One day she's not going to be there. All the things she do will become history tomorrow. So for me, it's painful that Judiciary that should have stand as an arbiter, that should have corrected most of these ills, are part of all these shenanigans. It's a pity for this country.
Fantastic. Two more questions before you go. Number one, in 2023, after all said and done, the winner said, go to court. You know, I've heard people in opposition say it's not going to be business as usual, that everything will be dealt with at the ballot box. Nobody is going to cut that, you know. Do you stand by that? Does the ADC stand by that?
That is it. That is it. It's not going to be business as usual. That's exactly what I'm saying. Okay. What ADC needs to do is to further galvanize Nigerians. They're already doing it, but they need to do more to galvanize Nigeria into this. That look, like countrymen, you need to fight for your future. You need to fight for the future of your children. These guys there don't mean anything well for you. Judiciary should have been. They said it's the last hope of common man. It's not anymore. It's not any longer. So Nigerians have to stand and fight for themselves. See, the people that are doing all of these things, they are so small in number. They're infinitesimal to the population of Nigeria that can stand there and say, this is what we want. Unfortunately, when you say, let's have a peaceful protest, one day they don't see anybody again. So what a country are we? So the Nigerians are equally complicit because they are not ready to take their country back. So, and those who have stick out their neck and say, we want to do it, the likes of Atiku, Peter Obi, Kwakwaso, and all of them, you should support them. They have brought a platform to you. So let's do this. Let's work together. We are coming from this end. You come join us from this end, and let's take over this country. It's easy. It's possible. Tinubu is not God. Amukwito is not God. You can only rig when you are popular. You can't rig when you're not popular.
In the past. No.
No. You cannot rig if you're not popular. You can't rig.
I've seen popular people rig and win. In the our days, in the action group days, you can only rig where you're popular. I've seen the election. Are there not people in the Senate today that were not on the ballot?
Now, if you are not popular in a place, you can't read successfully. Let me tell you, let me give you an instance. In 2015, because I'm telling you, I've seen it happen. In 2015, President Goodluck Jonathan was the president against Muhammadu Buhari. In the northern part of Nigeria, INEC could not do anything because those people stood by their votes. They didn't allow. PDP could not do anything. Upon all the money, the soldier, they said no. They protected the ballot boxes, and that was why you saw
people are saying that.
It can still happen now.
Tinubu is not Jonathan. That's the slogan. That Tinubu is not Jonathan.
So will Tinubu be in every state on the election day?
Okay.
Will it be there? It can only be in Lagos. So what happens in Kano when Nigerians are said, no, this is what we want? Is people in Kano will run away because they will run for their life. So people must be determined. So people must be determined. They must be prepared. When you vote, you protect your vote. There's nothing INEC can do about it. INEC will run away. They will do what we've seen it happen. I'll just give you an example. In 2015, PDP was a PDP. We couldn't do anything in the north. We couldn't change anything. We couldn't manipulate anything. They said February, if you try, they will kill you. So this is what we are saying. They have to protect the votes. Mandate protection, vote protection is very key, and ADC must take that very seriously. It must take it very seriously because ADC is going to win this election. We can force free and fair election. Even if Tinubu does not want, we can force it with the people. We have the people with us. We can make it happen. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so the next question is this. Let's look at the leadership of ADC. I mean, Amechi was speaker for 8 years. He was governor for 8 years. He was minister for 8 years. So from 1999 till date, he has always been in government. You understand? Maybe that stopped in 2023. Obi was governor for 2 years. He was special advisor to Jonathan for about 4 or 5 years. Now, Mr. Kwakwaso was governor 4 years. Then he came back 4 years. He was minister for defense. Chief Oyego was governor. Atiku was VP 8 years, you know. I mean, Mr. Tambuwal, of course, speaker, governor, senator, you know. Malam Nasiru, he was the Bureau of Public Enterprises, minister for FCT, governor of Kaduna 8 years. So when we talk about leadership, politics, the same thing, you know, I mean, it's the same people. Atiku and Tinubu were in AC or ACN together back then when they were fighting Obasanjo, you know. And when APC was being created, the likes of Amechi, Nyako, and Co, Mazu Babangida left PDP, you know, to go and join, you know, and all that. So from the layman's point of view, from the Nigerian, it's the same people. Why should people trust ADC? That's my question. What's different this time?
So why are they trusting Tinubu then? This is the question.
You can't trust these people. You can trust even from what you are saying, they trusted him and he has run foul of it. He has breached that trust. So
wait. Just wait, sir. I'm only trying to answer your question. If you cannot trust these people, then why should you trust Tinubu now? Okay. And not the people. I mean, why are you trusting the governors that have that lack principle, that lack? I said, if you cannot trust an Atiku and the rest, so why would you have to trust Tinubu now? All of these people, somebody must lead the charge, and that's what these people have done. If I have the capacity to take the charge, nobody's going to stop me as a Nigerian citizen that is qualified under the Constitution. So if you can trust Tinubu, why can't you trust all of these people? What has Tinubu done to you now?
Okay, fair enough.
If you can trust all these shameless governors that are painting a picture as if Tinubu has done fantastically well, so why can't you trust Tambuwa? Why can't you trust Atiku? Why can't you trust Peter Obi? Why can't you trust Malamud? Why can't you trust Rotimi Amechi, for heaven's sake? Okay. So you can trust these people that have failed us. Somebody must take charge, and that's what these people have done. Somebody must provide an alternative, and that's what they have done. So let us give them the chance. Are you telling me that if Atiku becomes the president today is coming to steal your money, what does he want to buy? He has never stolen your money because he has never been convicted. He has never been invited by any. That
might not be a fair assessment because even the current president, the wife said while they were campaigning that we have enough money, we're not coming to take your money. But today, people are saying that money is missing. Wale Edu said something and he lost his job. So that might not be a fair assessment. But with absolute and total respect to the former vice president, I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying that particular assessment might not be fair because Tinubu came in saying he was rich. Do you understand?
Let me defend my assessment.
Okay.
So let me tell you why my assessment is fair enough.
Go ahead.
I started by saying if Atiku becomes the president today, I do think he's coming to steal our money. I said in any case, he has never stolen our money. And I stand by that because as of today, I've not seen any anti-graft agency, any ICPC, any EFCC, any police invite Atiku to the point, even not to talk of taking him to court on trial.
Agree.
So for Tinubu, by the time Tinubu leaves the government, we'll know if he steals or not. It's as simple as that. So I'm just making an analogy.
He left governor 2007 now. And between
that's exactly what I'm saying. If anybody tells me Tinubu stole money in Lagos, I'll tell him I don't know. I'm not sure he stole because up to today, Tinubu has not been tried. He has not been tried in any court of law for stealing, for corruption. So I am not going to follow that trajectory. So if you say Amechi has stolen, prove it that he has stolen. We will not follow him. So what I'm saying is that if Atiku comes to become president today, is he coming to buy private jets or coming to build new house? He has 2 private jets. This is a man who left government. What was the value of that?
Tinubu had private jets.
So Tinubu has private jets. So that's exactly what I'm saying. We are saying the same thing.
The biggest presidential plane Nigeria has ever had.
So what I'm saying is that we need to give these people chance. We have tried Tinubu, he has failed. Let's try these people too. They have the experience. They are so compassionate. They care about this country, not about themselves. So ADC Nigeria should support ADC to give these people a chance to take us out of this woods. We cannot continue for another 4 years with this. Nigeria will roast.
Honorable Oladimeji Fabiyi, thank you for your time. You have spoken well. You're spoken like a patriot. And let Nigeria decide. I'm a Nigerian too. We all know we're not happy the way things are. Nobody is. You understand? But the largest concentration of Black people on the face of the earth, Nigeria is not acting. It's not where it should be in the Committee of Nations. Not even in the West African sub-region are we acting the way we should. I remember how we took care of Sierra Leone and Liberia. I remember the role under Muritala Nigeria played in Angola and everywhere. It's impossible for any Western power to come to the continent of Africa when Nigeria was Nigeria to do anything without consulting us. That I'm coming here. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Before we round up, let me just say this. I want to urge Nigerians to go and read the policy documents of the ADC. Let me tell you 2 things now that will guarantee you.
Okay.
This issue of security. This issue of security. Go and read what the strategy that ADC is going to use to tackle security. Now, as of today, Nigeria is number 4 in the global terrorism index. Number 4. in the global terrorism index. How do you fight that? ADC has provided solution to it. You can't fight terrorism without having your neighbors, your brothers, along with you, and that's why it's not. That's not happening with Tinubu's government right now. So we are going to fight that, carrying along our neighbors, our brothers in the region. Secondly, is that when President Tinubu woke up one day, without thinking through on his inauguration day, he removed subsidy. Subsidy for who? Please read the policy document of ADC and see how we are going to tackle
I will. If you share with me, I'll put it in the chat box and people will read. So,
yes.
We all pray that Nigeria will.
Ours is going to be a targeted subsidy, not the kind of subsidy they are doing.
Okay.
When poor of the poorest will be possibly affected.
When we get to that bridge to cross it, trust me, I'll remind you. You understand? I mean, we all want a better, but we are morally obligated to always do the checks and balances part of this. You understand? We're doing what we do.
Thank you.
You understand? I mean, I was a fan of Tinubu when he was governor. You understand? And I just like a lot of people have said, I felt that him becoming president, he will do better. You know, maybe when he leaves power, he writes a book, we'll know what are the hurdles Nigerian president always have, or what is in that villa, like Dr. Abati said, something in that changes, you understand? But that's that. So it's a wrap there. Oladimeji, thank you. I'm going to bring you back again. You where things are going, you know, especially after the judgment of the Supreme Court. Because
thank you very much.
If in the old days, one would have confidently said this is probably what's going to happen, but Nigeria is not the same like before. So
it's not the same. It's not the same. Judiciary is so badly compromised. Badly compromised.
Best. I mean, I just want a better country, but it's not well enough. I will wish he can do better. We don't know what is in him. You understand? We don't know. You know, the quality of advice also matters. And, you know, and I've said on this program before that sometimes if the election that brought you to power is puritanistic in shape and form, you help.
Yes.
Yeah. So going into the next election, I think it's in everybody's interest, the leader, the followers, to have a very good election. It will leapfrog the country. You understand? It will leapfrog the country. So it's a wrap there. Thank you all. See you later. My old boy, take care. Thanks for your time always. Bye.
Thank you.